Daniela, soy de Ecuador, estudio en mi primer año en Business Design. Gamification es la aplicación de técnicas del juego a eventos reales, es utilizado mucho por empresas para lanzar productos, servicios y es una buena manera de enganchar muy bien con el público.
Gamification is basically we're studying about understanding how games work and the theory behind it and why they're attractive and why people like to play games and how you can use that in a business, sort of the same theory for working with a business.
Hicieron un proyecto en el metro que se trata de hacer que las personas suban por las gradas y no por las escaleras eléctricas, o sea, que suban caminando. Entonces lo que hicieron fue hacer un piano que mientras tú subías sonaba.
We learned that with so many brands they're using gamification and they're marketing and PR using games to attract. Mini Cooper did one for Stockholm and they had this car going around on Google Maps and you could spot the car, and if you spot the car number 10 you get to win. It was a game all around Stockholm.
Yeah. The course was a bit different from our normal classes because we had it with the second year of business design, so it was really fun in that way to work with them and to see maybe how we will be in the second year. And it was really different as well. We played a game Catan in the classes, so it was different to a normal class. It was fun, it was interactive, and at the same time we were learning something that we didn't even know was a course, the gamification.
Yeah, it was a workshop.
Yeah, it was really interesting.
Oh, they put scores with points.
Yeah.
So if you show up on class on time, for example, you get 500 points, and if you're a bit late, you get 300. And with every project or game you play,
yeah. So the funny thing was that the teachers are using gamification in the way that they mark us in the class. So the whole marking system was like a game as well. So it was interesting.
Primero aprendimos mucho sobre conceptos de gamification, cómo se utiliza, las técnicas, y ya también practicamos todo esto en un juego que se llama Catán, que básicamente es un juego de estrategia, porque un juego se trata de aprender para lograr el objetivo final y practicando.
Well, you need to learn how to work as a team.
Yeah, I mean, Catan as a game, it's a normal board game, but it has very different, lots of different rules, and you need to play it with a group, from what I understood. So, especially playing it with the year above, the teams were mixed, and it was really fun to everyone was getting competitive and trying to win. It was getting, yeah. I think it's important to teach this gamification because it teaches you how to be competitive, but in a positive way. It teaches you the rules about how to win and how to be successful with a group. So it's not just you personally, So I think it inspires a lot of competitiveness, but not with the negative side. They teach us in a way. So
at the end we did our final presentation. It was basically the same. We had to work as a group, and you just have to, I don't know, it was competitive. Even the final presentation was kind of competitive, but at the end it was just fun.
But because it teaches you competitiveness within a group, so you find your strengths and you find the strengths of other people, and you learn how to be competitive together as one, So it teaches you to work together.